A crochet graph literally is a pixelated image which gives you the opportunity to read and then translate it into a crochet statement or piece. In today's video, I'll be teaching you how to crochet using a graph or a grid, give you all the basic information you need, and teach you how you can even get the graph or graded or pixelated image.
Guys, it seems like you are forgetting something. You know the thing, right? Subscribe now.
I'm going to teach you all the basics of how to read the pixelated images, how to change colors in each row. My name is Adomah and I post crochet related content every single week. So maybe you have been on social media and you might have come across a crochet outfit, but this outfit is unique. It has a design right in the outfit and you have been wondering, how can I make this? These outfits can be made using crochet graphs or grids. So I took it upon myself to make a lot of research about this within the few weeks, and I've realized that it is one of the most easiest skill to master if you put your mind to it. I have in the past made a crochet graphgan tutorial which involved a jumper with a penguin design. I'll be linking it in the description box. Crochet graphgan can also be called tapestry crocheting, or it can be similar to tapestry crocheting. Tapestry crocheting itself leads back into history. In Africa, precisely Ghana where I come from, tapestry crocheting is found among the northern parts of Ghana, where the Northerners literally create beautiful hats and incorporate designs, crochet designs and techniques into those hats. This shows that it is not anything foreign. Why then should you master the skill? Aren't you tired of making regular outfits every time? Tapestry crocheting or crocheting using graphs gives you the opportunity to translate any design into your work piece, which makes you more creative and more unique in your own way. So first of all, I'm going to give you a little tips about crochet graph. You can either create your own graph mechanically using a graph paper, or you can go on Google, search for a pixelated image or a graded image of a particular design you wish to crochet into a piece, or you can basically download the raw picture of that particular design and then you transfer it into software such as stitchboard.com and stitchfiddle.com, which gives you a full pixelated image depending on the settings you give. So all you have to do is to go on Google. When you go on Google, you just search for, let's say, crochet sun grid. So let's say sun grid crochet pattern. Okay, so as you can see, there are several images that pop up. So you go on image, you can download any of them. This is a sun grid. Most of the pictures are from Pinterest, so you just download this. So other graphs are also recommended to you, several graphs depending on the type of stitches you are going to use as well. You can either basically use single crochet stitches or half double crochet stitches, but the common one is the single crochet stitch. You can also get graphs basically which enables you to translate the image into a blanket, so you need more stitches, and those graphs basically have small boxes. So the ones with the larger boxes, like the minion one just here, the minion crochet pattern just here, gives you the opportunity to crochet basically something simple, and it's very unique for beginners. So basically this is one way you can get your graded or your graph pattern, but literally it does not become your piece because you are getting it from the internet. It does not become your original piece. Also, as I told you, there are softwares that can translate images into graph projects. Okay, so example is stitchboard.com. So you can just go on Google, type stitchboard.com, which is free pattern wizard. So stitchboard.com, free pattern wizard, precisely. You just search for it, it pops up. All you do is click on it and then it gives you the opportunity to transfer your picture. So this is the interface of the stitchboard.com. So you can be a stitchboard member, and I think it's just $2. I'm not sure, but everything here is free. If you want to use advanced, you have to be a member. Some views are advanced, so you have to be a member. So you just choose your file or image. It gives you the opportunity to go on on your what's the name, library. So you click on photo library and then you click on the image you want to pixelate. So it can be any cartoon find image or any raw image.
Stitchboard is very easy to use. It gives you the opportunity to choose several settings, including the number of stitches you want to achieve and the desired length as well, the color sensitivity. So you can just change the stitches depending on the project you are. For instance, if you are going in for a blanket, you can go in for a large number of stitches. Finally gives you the final image depending on the settings you give.
So guys, let's go overhead and let me teach you everything you need to know about crocheting using graphs or grid. We are now overhead. So I have my sample piece of crochet graph gun. This graph pattern was made with single crochet thoroughly and just the chain for the base. It consists of 49 stitches for the base, and this is the base, and then the height is 52 stitches. So 49 stitches for the base, height is 52. And then I'm going to teach you how the main process is done. However, this pixelated image is not numbered, so I had to go in to number it myself, okay? And I'm right-handed if you don't know, so I started right from here. So after making a chain of 49 plus 1, which I'll be demonstrating to you very soon, you are going to single crochet backwards regularly with your background color. I'm reading from right to left, okay? This pattern is such in a way that you read from right to left if you're left-handed, from left to right, okay? So my row number 1 starts from here, so I've written 1 here. You can't see it, but it's just 1 here, and then you are going to single crochet backwards. So when you get to this end, you chain 1 and this becomes row 2. So row 2 starts from here. So row 2 starts from left to right, right to left, left to right, right to left, left to right. So that's how the pattern is, because you are going to turn it. So when you are done with your first row of single crochet, you are going to turn your work, okay? So that means you are going to work from that left back to the right. So after turning your work and chaining 1, you single crochet in the same space and then single crochet backwards. However, there's a change of color on the 19th stitch, okay? As I told you guys earlier on, the base consists of 49 stitches, but on the 19th, whilst you are single crocheting from your left, you are going to change color. So what you do is that on the 18th stitch, which is the stitch before, as usual, you know how to single crochet by now. When you have your last 2 loops, you are going to yarn over and pull through with the next color, which is going to be the yellow color. You can choose any color, of course, for the design. So assuming yours is yellow like how I just did, you are going to yarn over and pull through the 2 loops with the yellow color, and then finally you are going to insert your hook into the next space, pull through with 2 loops this time. You are not going to finish off, okay, because you are just having 1 color, okay? So with 2 loops again, you are going to yarn over and pull through all 2 loops with your background color, and then you continue with your regular background to hit the 49th stitch, which is the last stitch. I hope you are getting it. I'm going to make a demonstration. This tutorial is not going to be a thorough tutorial on how to crochet this whole graph process, but it's going to teach you everything you need in order to know how to read graphs specifically. So this is my sample, as I told you, and I have not woven in any yarn yet. So you are wondering why I have few yarn pieces left. So these are just a few yarn pieces left at the back and then at the front. I didn't have a lot of yarns to weave in because I adapted this technique, and this technique is carry along yarn hidden in the stitches. So you switch the colors. So as you are switching the colors, put in mind that you are carrying either the color along, so that immediately you need that color, you are not going to now cut and then reattach again, and it becomes a whole lot of messy work and there will be too much loops. What you are going to do is that you are going to carry along. If only you need the color in some next maybe 9 stitches, or in the next some few stitches you need the colors. But if you will not need, for instance, when you change color and you are going along here, you will not need the color till the end of the row. There's no need for you to crochet along with the color hidden in the piece till you get to the end. You just drop it and then go along with your regular color or background color until you go to the next row. You can still incorporate the one from the previous row to the next row, okay? So that makes it much more easier, much more beautiful, and that's a very good technique to adapt if you want to master the graphgan process. And as I said, sometimes it's not necessary to carry along the color. If you study the pattern, you know when it's not necessary. So you just imagine and then you count the stitches in your head. You can also make sure that in order to go along with the right procedure, you are always counting your stitches. For instance, this is the graph. This is one stitch. As I said, when I single crochet backwards and I'm on row 2, I'm going to change color at the 19th. So as I'm single crocheting, I'm putting it in my head. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So I hit the 19th where I'm going to change the color. And as I said, when you are getting to the 19th, on the 18th, you are going to leave 2 loops on the hook when you're using a single crochet, and then you yarn over and pull through with the next color. So as you proceed, if you take a look at this pattern, you realize that you are changing color again. You are maintaining another color right on top, so there will be a yellow on top until it increases to 2 and then to 3. Realize that this time the 3 starts from here, and then we have 4 5, so it's an increased pattern. You just have to change colors as time goes by. So I'm just going to, give you a demonstration so that you don't really get confused on what I mean. So I have my background color, which is the purple. I'm just going to give you a demonstration of maybe 4 rows, and then you see what I mean. So there's a little technique I want to share with you guys. I normally roll a little yarn over a card, especially when I'm dealing with a lot of colors. So this is going to be the background color. As I said, I'm using a 4.5mm hook. I'm going to chain a total of 50. So 49 plus 1, okay? Plus 1 is the turning chain, because we are going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So just basically chain a total of 50. So first of all, you make a slip knot as usual and then chain. So I chained my total of 50, and as I told you previously, 49 plus 1, because we are going to single crochet in the second space from the hook. So we are supposed to have a total of 49 spaces after we are done with our first row. So since I'm a right-handed person, I'm reading from right to left, okay? So that's what the pattern says. So after my 50, I'm just going to look for the second space from the hook, insert, and then single crochet. Okay, I hope you can see this clearly. So I'm just going to single crochet in all the chain spaces, okay, so I get to the end of the row. And as I said, if you're a right-handed person, you read from right to left. So after single crocheting back down, this is how your project should look like. You are supposed to have a total of 49, as I told you. Now with the second row, we are working from left to right, as I explained. So all you have to do is to chain 1, okay, turn over your work. So this is you are working towards the back, okay. So now I'm working towards left to right, okay. When we are reading the pattern, it's from left to right. So now according to the pattern, you are supposed to change color on the 19th stitch, okay. And as I explained earlier on, we are going to with 2 loops on the hook back with the yellow color. On the 18th stitch, you are going to yarn over and pull through 2 with the next color. So this is going to be the very first stitch after chaining 1. Go back inside the same stitch, sorry, and then single crochet, okay. So you are going to single crochet till you are getting to the 19th stitch. So this is going to be the second one. So you count it in your head. So 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we are now heading towards the 18th stitch. Okay, so since we are going to change color on the 19th stitch, we are going to single crochet in the 18th stitch. This time you make sure that you leave 2 loops on the hook without yarning over and pulling through all those 2 loops. So we are going to insert, this is the 18th stitch, insert, pull through. You now have 2 loops. Normally we are going to yarn over and pull through all 2 loops. This time we are not going to do it because we are changing colors. And then you are going to grab your other color, which is the yellow or any other color you choose. So you are going to grab this yellow, holding it right like this. Okay, you are going to yarn over, making sure that the hook is facing this way. You are going to yarn over just like this. Okay, and then pull through all 2 loops just like this. Okay, so now you still have the orange color right here. You are going to carry it along because you are going to need it after the very first incorporation. So now make sure that you have it tight and secured. Okay, leaving some little loop in order to crochet it along. Okay, so make sure you are grabbing the yellow now, and then you have this color down beneath, which you are going to crochet underneath. Okay, so the color is down beneath, and then you have this color, which is the leftover of the yellow. So now on the 19th stitch, which is the next stitch, you are going to insert your hook into with this yarn still underneath. Okay, you are going to insert, okay, and then yarn over with the white. Make sure that you have the leftover 2 underneath. You are going to yarn over with the white. Okay, you now have 2 loops on the hook. So you have incorporated your very first color. However, since it's only 1 incorporation, when you have 2 loops on the hook, you are now going to drop this, and then grab this and yarn over, pull through all the 2 loops left. Okay, so yarn over, pull through all the 2 loops left. Now you can drop this since you are not going to need it. And that brings me to the point where I explained to you that sometimes you don't need it, so you don't have to carry along. So you have incorporated the yellow on our very 19th stitch. So the rest of the stitches is going to be 30 since we have a total of 49. So you can just count in your head and make sure you have 30 stitches along this time. I'm just going to single crochet. I'm just going to carry the leftover yarn left for here, and then I'm going to single crochet. Okay, with this color alone. Okay, nicely done. Okay, so you get to the end of the row, and I'll show you what to do for the next incorporation. If you take a look at row 3, realize that this is row 3 and we are reading from right, okay, to left. Okay, so row 2 was this way, and then row 3 is coming this way, and row 3 happens to be the same as row 2 since we just changed 1 color. So we are going to incorporate 1 color right on top. So just chain 1, single crochet dominantly with your purple or background color, and when you get here I'm going to show you what to do. So basically this is what you are going to do over here. Okay, I single crocheted back with my dominant color, and now I have the yellow from the previous row which I told you not to cut off. Okay, so the stitch before I hope you can see this clearly. Yes, the stitch before is this stitch. Okay, you are going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull through all two. With 2 loops on the hook, you are going to yarn over with this yellow, sorry. So yarn over, pull through all 2 loops, and then basically incorporate your yellow with the purple underneath, because you are going to need it soon. So insert with the purple underneath, and then create a single crochet. This time you are not going to finish up the 2 loops. You are going to yarn over, pull through with the purple and drop the yellow. You don't need to carry it along, and then single crochet till you get to the end of the row. So you have incorporated the same thing right on top. So I'll just single crochet, chain 1, come back, show you row 4, and I think that would be enough for the explanation. You can go along with the different repetitive patterns. So guys, welcome to row 4. Okay, I've single crocheted back down, if you can take notice, and it's time for me to change color. So this time we are incorporating the color on the 18th stitch. Okay, so you are going to stop with 2 loops on the hook when you reach the 17th stitch. Okay, so we are reading from left to right this time, and the next one will be right to left. Okay, so we are reading from here, and then with 2 loops you are going to yarn over. You see, the yarn is always comes in handy. You don't need to incorporate new one till you get to a certain stage. So I'm going to yarn over with this design color, the yellow color, and then make sure you have your yarn underneath, because you have your purple yarn underneath, because you're going to use it right now. You're going to create your very first stitch on the 18th. So insert with your yarn still underneath, single crochet. Okay, and then you are going to single crochet right on top of the single crochet you made from the previous row. So insert, yarn over, pull through, and remember that you are going to carry along with this purple. So with these 2 loops on the hook, you are going to yarn over, pull through all 2 loops, drop the yellow for good, because you are not going to need it now. Make sure your stitches are neatly attached, and then single crochet with this yarn throughout till you get to the end of the row. And yes, I guess this is a good explanation for building up the pattern. Okay, so after single crocheting till you get to the end of the row, you are going to row 5, which will be a row where you work from right to left. Okay, so you read the pattern from right to left, left to right, right to left, left to right, if you are a right-handed person like me, as I explained from the beginning. So as you can see, let's just focus on this base aspect. When you work your 4th row, which is the incorporation of 2 colors right here, if you can take notice. Okay, the incorporation of 2 colors, you go along and single crochet on the 5th row, which will be from right to left. Okay, we are going to incorporate 3 colors here. So we are going to incorporate a yellow color before the dominant yellow, which we did from the previous row. So we are going to incorporate it on the 20th. Okay, on the 20th stitch, if you are counting your stitches, and then in the middle, and then in the stitch after. So you have 3 now. You go along, and now you are reading from row 6 from left to right. So you go along simply. It increases as time goes by. The yellow color increases as time goes by, and then I think this is easy, guys. So when you get to row 8, so row 8 is a reading from the left to the right. Okay, so I named them. So odd numbers are here, and then even numbers are here. I've written the numbers because this pattern did not provide numbers, so I wanted to be more secured with the numbers. So row 8, you realize that there's a lot going on. We are going to incorporate colors here. We are also going to incorporate colors here. So row 8, you are going to incorporate a color here. So it begins exactly here. Another new pattern begins here. You have to take notice, always reading nicely towards the boxes. It's just making sure you work along with the boxes, except that when you get to where the colors are, a stage before, with 2 loops, you yarn over and pull through 2 with the color you are going to incorporate, and it works easily and pretty simple. You realize that new one builds up here. When we come to row 9, realize that a new one also builds up here. So it starts here again, and then you continue regularly till you have your nice sun pattern made, so you finish it up. Okay, so yes, that's basically the basics or the beginner tutorial for this. I chose this because it's a little bit in between. It explains everything into details, unlike some graphgans which are so simple to read. I just want you guys to take notice that some patterns keep building up from side to side, so you have to take notice. And if you have it in mind that when you always have 2 loops on the hook, which is the last but one stitch before the stitch you are going to incorporate, you yarn over with the new color and then you incorporate the stitch right there, like how I've just taught you from now onwards, and you are going to build up your pattern.
Thank you so much for staying with me to the end. I would love you to leave a comment at least and follow me on my socials. All the information will be in the description box. I will see you in another video. Bye.